Welcome to Vibrant Voices with Christine Vibrant and guests, offering stories that resonate with you, represent you, and offer you examples of nourishing, naturally healthy living. Vibrant Voices reshape reality, allow us to rethink our programming, and access our authentic awakening to the light and power within. You can be afraid and achieve anyway. That's how we did it. Vibrant Voices starts now.
Good morning and welcome to Vibrant Voices with your host, Christine Vibrant. And my Vibrant Voice guest today on our very last show is in the background with not quite a vibrant voice, but saying on their heart, I love you. I hope you're all doing really well today, wherever it is you're tuning in from. Whether you're tuning in at 8 a.m. on the Pacific Coast, just waking up, having your morning drink, whether you're on the East Coast getting ready for lunch or brunch, Central Time with me, wherever you are in the world. Maybe you're tuning in at a later date and listening into the podcast. Christine Vibrant wishes you just the most beautiful day. I want to share something with you that I just posted on my TikTok. My TikTok, of course, is Christine Vibrant. I don't know who needs to hear this today, and I bet that there is someone out there who does. But I'm going to say it again. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of the work you've been doing. I'm proud that since we've gotten to know each other all those months ago last year, as I remember the nerves of the first show where I was so scared, I couldn't even look at the camera and my hands were shaking like this, but you didn't see it. I'm proud of you for sticking with me. I'm proud of me for sticking all the way through and being consistent and coming onto the show every second Thursday of the month to spend some time with you and share love, because this is really what it's about. Vibrant voices are not just those who speak out loudly. Vibrant voices are every single one of ours. We all have something so vital and vivid to share with this world. And maybe you're in the habit, just as I have been for so long, of playing small, of being stuck, of being quiet, of letting everybody else speak up loudly and letting them take away so much of your own power. Maybe you've been enabling people to take this, and this is a habit from childhood. But today is your day to share your vibrant voice, just as I have been, showing up. Be proud of the work you've been doing. If you have been navigating depression and getting stuck in habits of chronic illness and just making it in your day to day, I'm proud of the fact that you're still here. I'm proud that you're showing up. I'm proud that you're saying, you know what, today I'm going to take that extra step and I'm going to spend another extra minute in the shower today with myself and just thank myself for being here. When I wash my hair today, I'm going to thank myself for showing up and washing my hair, because I know that there are some days where those small, teeny, tiny acts of self-care feel enormous. I know that there are days that getting up from your sofa to go and give yourself a glass of water is a task that is beyond your capabilities at that moment. And I'm proud of you for showing up anyway. I'm proud of you for sticking to the work. I'm proud of you for doing all of the crying you need to do and then picking yourself up off the floor and saying, all right, let's keep going. And this is what I want to share with you today as we exit excuses, as we look back at what has come before, as we look at all of the times we've played small. And it's okay to play small until you realize that the playground you're in doesn't fit the way you're playing anymore, until you understand that the games you're excited about aren't the ones that the people around you are excited about, and that it is time to take a step into the unknown. And that's exactly what's happened today. To share a little bit of fun today, this morning, as it came onto the show, signing on, getting into the conversation with my fantastic producer, who I'm going to miss very much. We were talking and I couldn't hear my producer because, of course, the settings on the computer have changed. I've just moved and it's been chaotic. And there's been a lot of change. And of course, the computer and technology does tend to go along with that. And I couldn't hear my producer. And so we had to play around with the settings. And that's what life is as well. There are going to be moments when you look around at everything that you've accomplished, and it just doesn't always seem to be exactly as you pictured it. It doesn't seem to make sense. And in the moment, it doesn't always work the way that you expect it to work. But these leaps of faith, these moments of, hey, reaching out in vulnerability and trust and authenticity and saying, I can't hear you. This isn't making sense. This isn't working. Let's find a way to do this. Let's find a workaround. Those are thrilling moments. Those are moments, perhaps, if you're a generational curse breaker, where my black sheep at? Where are the ones who are sticking out in the family? And if you don't know who that is, it's probably you. Where are you? Raise your hands. Speak out loud. Here we are. We're the ones who are navigating the discomfort with all of our wonderful differentness and weirdness. We're the ones showing our vulnerability and stepping out and saying, hey, I can't hear you. Let's figure something out. In every moment of your life, in your day to day, maybe you've just spilled your coffee. Maybe the hot water isn't working in your shower. Maybe somebody woke you up an hour earlier than you needed to be up today. And it feels as if your day has just been set up for an FF failure. Let's take a moment right here and right now to sit together. And let's put one hand on the heart space again. And one hand, find your belly button, take your thumb. You know, Christine always likes that belly button. Let's put your thumb in your belly button, put your hand down, and just breathe into the bottom hand. Your heart needs acknowledgement. It's been hard. There's been a lot going on in the world right now. Feels as if it's stupendously chaotic, silly, crazy, all the words coming up. And it can feel very, very scary. So let's just ignore all of that for a minute. Let's be in the moment. Let's be here now in the moment, because I'm proud of you and I'm proud to be here with you. And it doesn't matter what you're bringing with you. It doesn't matter who's in your head and who you're bringing with you. That's okay. Let's put that boundary up. Hand on your heart space. Acknowledge that you deserve love. Acknowledge that you deserve peace and balance. And in this moment, we're going to give it to ourselves, because you've been showing up on Vibrant Voices. You were showing up and waking hope. You were showing up, shaking and quaking with Christine Vibrant as we navigated so much change, so much of who we are. And I'm sure that just as I was, you were meeting resistance upon resistance. You were meeting saboteurs who were out to cut you off at the knees and stop all of this wonderful progress you were doing. So let's breathe into that beautiful creative space down below as we acknowledge we deserve love and we can give it to ourselves, and we deserve better and we can give it to ourselves, and we deserve brilliant care and we can give it to ourselves. Breathing down into your creative space, bringing the breath down your back, down your spine, relaxing all of that tension that you've been holding tight in fight, flight, freeze, fawn, flock. I told you it was going to be an FFF, second moment. And let's let the breath massage all of that tightness. Let's bring it down into your belly space and acknowledge everything that you've put into your day so far. Everything you've put into your week. We're on Thursday. We're the 4th Thursday of the month. We're almost at the end of June. How are you doing? How are you feeling? What's coming up for you today? I really hope that what's coming up is a sense of calm and balance right now. In this moment, breathing into your belly button, into that belly space, and reminding yourself with your heart, you deserve a loving moment of peaceful balance. And release, and you can give it to yourself. And as you sit, bring in some measured breathing. Let the breath guide you. If you're noticing tension, ask the breath to go and smooth those places of tension, as if it's an extra loving appendage that's going to give you everything you needed and that no one else is giving you. You know what you need. And there are some spaces we don't want other people to touch and access. And so give this to yourself this moment, because we're going to be diving into exiting our excuses. We're going deep today. We're going very deep, and we're going to go deep diving. If you do not have your PADI certification, I do. I've got my PADI certification, so we're going to be going with a trained diver here. We're going deep today, but before we do, acknowledge how far you've come. Acknowledge everything you're bringing with you in your day. Maybe it's a lot of chaos. Maybe it's going really well, and you've gotten this gift of a few minutes to spend with Christine Vibrant and just to release what's been coming up. When you're diving into change, especially if it is unknown to your family, as it is on mine, it's going to feel very scary. There's going to be tension in your body. And the truth is, you're trying to protect yourself from the unknown, because in the past, the unknown has meant harm because we were unconscious, but we're waking up. We've wakened the hope. We're now vibrant with our voices. And so as we're sitting calmly and relaxed, and the breath is measured and gentle, I want you to take time to find yourself something to write with. And this is my pen from Dr. Darlene from the retreat. I'm still keeping it with me. My soul sister has gifted me. I want you to find something to write on, because when we come back from our first break, we're going to go diving deep. It's okay. Remember, you're diving with a certified diver here. I've got my PADI certification. We've got our breath measured. We are really going to exit our excuses today. I'm proud of the work you've done. This is the last show of Vibrant Voices on the Transformation Network for this season. And when we come back from our break, I'm going to be sharing the very exciting next steps for Christine Vibrant and Being Better Me LLC, and where this is going to take you and me together into the next evolution of our growth and our inner work as we nourish naturally healthy living and your better me empowered lifestyle. As a reminder, before we go on break, go and grab yourself something to write with, something to write on. And if you don't already have it, a beverage of something warm and soothing as we get comfortable with who we were always meant to be and giving ourselves permission to be today. Stay tuned to Vibrant Voices with your host, Christine Vibrant. And when we come back, we're going to be exiting those excuses. Are you ready? We'll be right back. And welcome back to Vibrant Voices with your host, Christine Vibrant, as we are exiting excuses in this final show of the season on Transformation Talk Network. As you can see, my not quite vibrant voice is behind me, a teddy bear saying, I love you. And as we mentioned in the first part of the show, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the work that you've done. I'm proud of everything that you have accomplished so far. I'm proud of the care that you've put in. And I want to share something with you today that's going to take this an extra step further. As I navigate off of the show and into a new avenue for my business, Being Better Me LLC, we are going new places, complete zone of discomfort. And this is why I'm sharing this with you today. My calling for a long time was to share my voice. And Vibrant Voices started off as waking hope. And I wanted to wake your hope that no matter what it is that's getting in your way, and the truth is, the one that's getting in our way for the most part is us. Take a minute. Oh, this is a big one. You can accomplish what it is you're wanting. And if you're afraid, you can achieve anyway. As I'm sitting here talking with you about the next step, and I'm going to ask you to get a pen, something to write with and something to write on, I'm going to share that this journey on Transformation Talk Radio of being a talk radio host, as well as a podcast host, has shown me how much fear I navigate on this show. It's a little bit steadier now because of the breathing technique we did in the beginning. And always remember, your breath is available to you to bring you back into who you are. My hand still shakes after months of being on this show. I still doubt whether what I have to say is valuable, but I know in my heart that it is. because the work that I have done to get here has not only been groundbreaking for me, but everybody who's watched me, everybody who's been part of this has spoken up because I've shared vulnerability with them. And this is where the next evolution of Being Better Me LLC is going, as we nourish naturally healthy living together and help you find that better me empowered version of yourself. But before we get too much further, let's bring it back to you. Let's bring it back to that sabotage voice. Who are you? Who am I? And I think we're actually going to skip the next break. We're just going to keep going through because this is going to be powerful. If you haven't already gotten your pen and paper, something to write on, go and take advantage. Do this right now. This is the most powerful session that I do with my clients. And this is a game changer. This is what helped me overcome so much of my own sabotage. And that started from the beginning. I have still been trying to save my mother's life. I'm 45. She died on my 15th birthday. So that's 30 years of still trying to save someone who's gone. That habit is not serving me or anybody else. And so I have to recognize that boundary of mine that was obliterated or never even allowed to grow into a healthy one. And so I'm going to start to create a very healthy boundary. And here's my beautiful healthy boundary. And I'm going to put me in the middle. And I know this is going to come, it's a little bit backwards, but you know what? You know what I'm doing. That's me. That's me in the middle. I'm going to create healthy boundaries because I need to take all of that love that I was trying to save my mother with and bring it back to myself. And all of that energy of care that I was trying to save her and bring it back to myself. That was never my purpose. Of all of the stress and the anxiety of trying to keep everybody around me happy and bring it back to myself and say, okay, you matter first, because if you do not give yourself what you need, nobody else is. They're taking care of their own lives, as they should. If you are out there screaming, as I was, for help and you're not getting it, chances are you've been given an opportunity by your higher self to learn how you love, to learn who you are and how you use your energy. So let's take a real big, deep breath here. Into that belly button, like I showed you. Use your thumb for a reference. This is a good one. Stick your thumb in your belly button. Bring that breath back down to your creative center. We're creating a new you. I'm giving you permission. I'm giving you permission because I'm proud of you to give yourself everything you need right now. Fill yourself up first. What is it that is your burning desire? What is it that you're wanting to achieve? What is it that is absolutely fantastic and loving and thrilling and exciting and lights you up? Let's put that in that circle. What is it that you're really, really wanting to do? Maybe let's do something small today. Something today that I'm really, really wanting to do is I'm wanting to find 30 minutes to do some exercise. So I'm going to write here 30 minutes and I'm going to put a workout. So for me today, in my boundary, in my healthy boundary, I'm going to set aside 30 minutes of complete me time, nobody else around me, no interruptions, for my self-care. Why? When I'm doing better and I'm happier, the people who are closest to me, my boundary extends to my family and my friends. And when I'm okay, I can show up better for my family and friends. When I'm taking care of my emotional health and I'm regulating myself and I'm taking that rage and screaming it into a pillow and not at the person who's triggering me. When I'm taking my tears and using them as a healing tool, taking it to the shower, washing it away, singing a power song, journaling it out and using my intention to heal, I'm not crying and screaming and asking for help from people who are tapped out. When I am feeling blah and depressed and not worth a darn damn, I can come and take a look at my workout or at my self-care and say, I'm feeling low today. I'm feeling really low. So what I'm going to do is give myself the nourishment I know I deserve. I'm going to dive into my magnesium. I'm going to take my D3s. I'm going to make sure my selenium is really, really packed chock full. I'm going to make sure that my nutrition is taken care of, that my hydration is on point. I've given you your hydration equation. Let's recap real quick. Your weight in pounds, half that. Those are the ounces I want you to drink every day. Don't roll your eyes big. There are ways around this. You can eat your water in fruits and vegetables. That number is going to fluctuate as your weight does. Your hydration is essential, is absolute key to your healing. When you're doing better and your friends and family are doing better, guess what else happens? Everybody around you in your immediate community, maybe your colleagues, maybe your community at large. You see where this is going? When you're doing better and you're regulating yourself, you're not going to be taking it out on the people who are closest to you. And if they are triggering and if they are pushing your boundaries, you're going to be very balanced and regulated in how you respond. There is not going to be a reaction because you're navigating it within yourself. If you're feeling rage, do this. This is the best thing. Grab that pillow and scream. Scream and scream and scream and scream as loud as you want to. And then check in with how you feel. If you're feeling really overwhelmed in your head, get up and stamp your feet as hard as you can. Stamp, 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 stamp your feet until your feet feel as if they're tingling. And if you can, go outside and put them in the grass and ground yourself and feel how good you feel. When you take care of yourself first, when you give yourself those meal prep meals, because it's going to give your energy back in your daily life. You're not going to be eating junk food and spending $30 on takeout instead of spending $30 on a meal prep for the week. You see where this is going? You're not going to be going to someone's house in all kinds of anxiety because you haven't taken care of your hydration, or because your sleep is just gone because you're not journaling. When you take care of yourself first and you're regulated, you can show up for everybody else. And when they trigger you, you can respond and not react. And when everybody around you sees that you're well, then everybody around them is well. You're going to go out into your community and not take your temper tantrum out, or your sadness, or your depression, or your anger out on a stranger. That road rage is going to go. There's not going to be competitiveness in driving. If someone cuts you off, you're probably going to say, oh, I bless you. I hope that you're safe. Whatever is going on in your day to day, take my love. Instead of, you see the difference? You see the difference? This is not selfish. If what you're doing is harming others, that's selfish. If the money that you're taking for your meal prep is meant to be for someone else's care, that's selfish. But if the money you're taking for your meal prep is something you would have spent on junk food, that's self-care. When you're doing better, your friends and family will do better. Your colleagues will do better. Your community will do better. This world is at loggerheads. Everybody wants to stop how everybody else is living. And the truth is, you cannot control what other people are going to do. And that shouldn't be scary. That should be celebrated, because that means they're not going to be able to control you. You are. You are the one who knows your entire story. You are the one who knows your journey this far. You are the one who knows everything going on in here. You are the one who knows cell deep, bone into your tissue, into your mind, into your spirit. You know how powerful you are. And that's scary. It's very scary when your whole life you've been told, as I have been, that you're small and you're weak and you're from a country that doesn't matter and you're from a race that doesn't matter and a gender that doesn't matter. And I'm not going to quantify this with me because we've all heard this in some form or another. So what is the universal truth? You matter more than anything anyone has ever told you. You are more powerful than anything you can imagine. And the only way for you to access everything you are is to lovingly face everything you are And in this moment, right here with Christine Vibrant, on Vibrant Voices, as we're exiting excuses, as all of that playing small is being passed out, I've just moved. It was so thrilling to throw out so much stuff that didn't serve me anymore. Some of it was donated, but to get rid of it, oh, how enlightening, how enlightening. And so as we're sitting with our boundaries, I want you to think of one thing today that you are absolutely burning to do, burning and desiring. And maybe this has been in your mind and your life for years. Maybe it's been true for decades. Maybe it's been something that has thrilled you since you can remember, but you've never felt that it was yours to do, or that it was yours to step into, or that who are you to think you can do this? It doesn't matter what that voice says. That voice was given to you from a long time ago and by people who aren't doing what you're doing. And the truth is, when you start dancing with the one in your way, who's you, when you start that loving relationship with the one who's getting in your way, that's you. When you start looking at your shadow and your inner child and your generational and your spiritual and everything that you could possibly imagine you are, and you say, I love all of you, the dark, the heavy, the light, the flying, every single bit, the bits in the middle that are calling me, the healed bits that are saying, come this way, the unhealed bits that are screaming out loud that you're trying to be like, oof, you're loud. When you start to love every single particle of you, life becomes magical. This is where I feel I want us to start thinking about taking a break. So we're going to take 3 minutes as we start leading into a break. Because right now I'm sitting with a lot of energy and a lot of love and a lot of thrilling chaos. Because when you start giving yourself permission to be, it's going to feel chaotic. This is when people start having that crisis. What did we call it? A midlife. Now they're talking quarter life crises. The kids in school who are afraid of being gunned down, well, guess what? They're in crisis too. This whole world is in crisis. So let's give ourselves a minute to look at the crisis and look at the chaos and look at everything around us. And take a breath, thumb in the belly button. You can put the other hand in the back if you want. Let's put one hand on the front of your belly button, one hand in the small of your back where I bet you're feeling tension and tightness and pain. And as we're getting ready to take a break, I want you to bring your breath into these two areas. You are powerful. You are the most powerful being that you will ever meet. Just as I am the most powerful being I will ever meet. I'm the most powerful being I have ever encountered. So it's the same for you. Because we're all connected. We're all connected to Source. And every single one of us is just a different expression of the same beautiful thing. Just as our foods and our cuisines contain spices and colors and flavors that are different from everything that another has experienced, so is this being. And as we step into a chaotic, crazy world and we're creating something very new, we need to be grounded and we need to be connected. And we need to let go of these limiting beliefs and we need to make peace with the one in our way and invite them to sit with us and to be integrated, and that's us. And so as we get ready to take a break, as you've got your pen and your paper, as you're sitting here breathing and relaxing, I want you to take a journal prompt. The truth is, as we sit, I want you to take your pen and your paper and to sit what the truth is about, what it is you're truly desiring, what it is you're truly wanting to do, what it is the truth about the power inside you is telling you right now. And Christine Vibrant and Vibrant Voices will be back after this break. And this prompt, the truth is, and I'll see you after this break. And welcome back to Vibrant Voices with your host, Christine Vibrant, as we dive into the final section of today's show. exiting excuses to become the full potential of everything that you were always meant to be. And as we were discovering in the previous section and the one before, it can feel very scary to say to yourself, I'm powerful. It can feel very scary to say to yourself, I'm going to stop playing small and start playing big. And it can feel scary to dive into something that you put all of your hopes and dreams and energy into, and it doesn't work out the way you wanted or the way you expected. And this is where we are today with the show. Vibrant Voices started off as Waking Hope, and Christine Vibrant was full of excitement and ideas and potentials for the show. And as I navigated the show with the amazing Dr. Pat and the creative team at the Transformation Network, I discovered so much more than I ever thought was going to be possible with this show. And it didn't quite work out the way that I intended, and it didn't quite work out the way that I was expecting. It was better. It ended up being better than I could have expected. Because on Vibrant Voices and Waking Hope, I got the chance to practice asking for what I wanted, when that was not a habit of mine. A habit of mine was, oh, I'll take whatever it is you give me. Whatever you think is fine with me. Oh, that's okay. Whatever looks pretty with you, whatever you think is going to work will work for me. And I'm sure that there are a lot of you out there who have said the same thing, and it can feel very scary to be specific about what you want. And again, that's a habit from childhood, and that needs to be changed if you're going to step into the better me empowered version of yourself. Nourishing naturally healthy living are setting boundaries and understanding that boundaries are not to keep anybody out or to keep you in, but it's more of a really healthy way of interacting with others. And as a quick reminder, a visual for a boundary that I love to share with people, since I live in Texas and in Florida before. I am South African. I was born in South Africa, excuse me. I was born in South Africa and I lived in Asia. So mosquitoes and I and bugs and I have a love-hate relationship. Think of a window. And that window is where you can watch those mosquitoes and those bugs trying to come at you. And they want your blood, and they want your energy, and they want what you've got. And you don't necessarily want to share it with them, because when they come and they bite you, they don't leave happiness and joy and light. They leave itchiness and disease and disfigurement. And that's not healthy. And when they come near you and they start biting, they die, if you're lucky enough to catch them. And so to me, a window is a very healthy boundary. I can see you. I can see that you want what you have, what I have, and I'm not giving it to you, but I'm also keeping you away from me so that you are safe. I am safe. You are safe. No one is hurting anybody. There is no harm here. We are not meant to interact harmoniously. And so my boundary is firm. And this is what I want you to start considering. It isn't to harm anybody or to hurt or to keep anyone exclusionary. I want you to start being fearless. I want you to start being fearless. I want you to celebrate everything you are. The truth is, was the journaling prompt before the break. And the truth about being powerful and about being in your spiritual awakening is that it's going to be doing all kinds of things like this. And it's going to be thrilling in some moments, and you're going to feel so powerful and the most powerful thing in the universe. And you're going to be running around thinking that everything is great. And the next thing, you hit a wall. Now what? I thought this was meant to be. I thought this is how it was supposed to be. Now what? And this is something I shared with the producer in our conversation during the breaks, and I'm going to miss this, but this is important. Instead of getting stuck and saying, I can't, I want you to start saying, how can I? Vibrant Voices with Christine Vibrant is coming to an end at the end of this episode. Being Better Me LLC is taking things a step further. Being Better Me LLC can be found on Facebook and Instagram. Christine Vibrant can be found on TikTok. I can be found on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram as well. And I really want you to be tuning in to the social medias. Head to the website, beingbettermellc.com. New website, beingbettermellc.com, because we're doing retreats. We're heading into retreats, and we're doing retreats specifically for women in healthcare. So if you know a woman in healthcare who's been having a hard time and just deserves a bit of a respite and deserves some self-care, shoot them over to Christine Vibrant. Head over to Being Better Me LLC. Check out the website. We're going to be doing retreats for women in healthcare with a lot of fantastic, fantastic coaches, mentors, guides, teachers, classes to help elevate your experience, because a lot of our women in healthcare are carrying your traumas and they are not letting go of it. They're working 12 to 14-hour shifts without a single break to even take care of their bladder. And they're showing up for us, and they're giving us care, and they're healing our bodies and our minds and our spirits. And a lot of them are loving our families and giving them the care that they need while caring for us, but being unable to care for their own bodies. So this is vital, an underserved community. We're doing retreats. Christine Vibrant is also writing a book, an amazing book. And this is not your average self-help book. This is specifically geared for people with chronic illness, because just as you and I know, there is an unheard, unserved community out there. We're the ones that you don't see in the supermarkets. We're the ones who can barely get out of bed sometimes. We're the ones who don't make it to the salon. We're the ones who don't get our nails done or our hair because we can't sit in the chair. And so this book is going to be for you. This book is going to be for those of you with invisible disabilities, those who are who've been like me in a wheelchair in the airport and been scoffed at and been stared at and been called names. You can get past that wheelchair. I know I did. For years of needing to have a wheelchair in the airports just to visit family, just to go from one place to the next. My last trip, I was running again through airports. And I remember being on the floor in despair a few years ago, crying and screaming at God and screaming at spirit. Why me? Why this? Why this pain? I can't barely breathe. I'm in so much pain from endometriosis. I just want my body back. I didn't get that body back because that body was what got me sick in the first place. And all of that was what kept me ill. I'm stronger and better now, and so can you be. And so as we come to a close with Vibrant Voices, as we've woken hope and as we've dived into being so much of who we can be. And Christine Vibrant has shared love and silliness, and we've had guests come on that have talked about their ways of being that are different from my ways of being. I hope you've been encouraged as well to step into the version of you that you never dreamed could be possible. I hope that you've looked in the mirror at some point during the show and said, you know, she's doing this crazy thing. And if she says that she's done it and she's showing up and she's proving that she has, maybe I can do this thing too. If you are a person who knows a woman in healthcare, and we're being specific here with women in healthcare, because there is still medical bias. I know as a patient, I have been affected, harmfully affected by medical bias. But I also know that the ones who I've received the most healing from have been women in healthcare who followed their instincts, who followed their hearts, who listened to my fears as they dried my tears and said, Christine, don't hate your body. Your body's been showing up for you. It loves you. It's screaming for help. It's trying to tell you what it needs. It's just that you didn't know. It's just you've been meeting providers who weren't listening to you. It's just that this system globally, it's not just America. I've been in America, Taiwan, different medical system, South Africa, different medical system. Medical bias is global. Medical bias is all over this world. There is not a country or not a person I have communicated with. And endometriosis survivors, endo warriors are a global community here. We are legion. We are powerful. And I want each one of you to raise your vibrant voices today, whether it's in rage, take it to the pillow, whether it's in joy and celebration and song and sing it out. Remember, keep it simple, keep it intuitive, keep it nourishing, and keep it grounding. Sing out your healing. This is possible. Your healing is going to look different to everybody else, but it is possible and you deserve it. And everything that feels impossible in your life is just that little bit of fear away. How do I know? I've been there, navigated it, climbed the stage to find my voice. couldn't speak my name. And here I am speaking to you. How did I do that? I used someone else's words. I used words that someone wrote a long time before I was born. And how did they do that? Maybe they read someone else's words. Maybe they saw an act of encouragement that took them into writing their book. Because as I'm writing my book, I can tell you every version of Christine who didn't write is showing up. Every version of her that from the age of 10 who didn't write the book, I had to navigate and deal with and make peace with as I'm now letting the book write itself. If you find that you're struggling with something in your life, stop. Stop struggling. Don't do that anymore. You're sending so much energy into something that's not happening. So sit with it. Be still. Get that finger in the belly button. Get your pen and paper out. Start writing. The truth is, no one has to read this but you. You don't even have to read it. If it's a lot, take it, burn it, make a paper airplane, create some origami, paint it. I don't know, create paper mache. There's so much you can do with that stuck energy, but you have to let it go and you have to get it out of your body and you have to release it from your being and your experience. Otherwise, your vibrant voice is not going to have the opportunity to be big and loud and out there. And you're going to keep playing small and you're going to keep feeling stuck and staying in place and inviting entropy and decay and death. And then, where is the shine that you were meant to bring to this lifetime? Where is the shine and the light that has been in you from the beginning? As I'm speaking this, I can feel that there are so many of you out there tuning in to something painful within you. Maybe you're starting to believe that it's possible. I hope you are. I hope that you're finding within yourself a light, something burning and yearning. I want you to write down, when you have a minute, 5 things you wanted to achieve. I've wanted to get up on a stage and speak, and I've accomplished that. I have been yearning to have a podcast and a talk show and to have the opportunity to put my voice and my face out there and show the love and the healing possible, and how much of what you need is so much in you already. You just need to give it permission to come out, and I've achieved that. I've wanted to write a book about everything I've experienced, about the love I've been given, about the providers who've shared their vulnerabilities with me and their authenticity and the tears we've shared together and how much healing has been accomplished. And I've done that. I wanted to live in foreign countries to experience what life was like outside of South Africa and to see if people were everything I was told they were. And there's so much more. There's so much more than you can imagine. Living in a foreign country will teach you more about who you are than staying home really could. But staying home can teach you a lot too. So we're not going to say one is better than the other. But if you're wanting to go and travel, do it safely. Do it in a very, very safe manner and learn and go and grow. And I've done that. The next thing is the retreats. I've wanted to share love and experiences and the amazing adventure I had and the soul sister connection I had on my retreats just less than a month ago. And I'm still riding on that wave of connection and love. And what we're wanting to put out into the world is beautiful. And if we can just keep encouraging each other, I know that Artie and Darlene and Katie and Nicole and Susan and Christine Vibrant and our fearless leader, Jennifer Grace, that these women, these powerful beings have so much to share with this world. And if we keep encouraging each other, imagine what's possible. Imagine the light that we could bring to this earth. But start with you. Regulate yourself. Make sure that when you go out there, you're okay, so that you're responding and you're living in the moment to moment to moment. I am taking a break from the podcast and the talk show to focus on the business, to focus on Being Better Me LLC, as I'm narrowing my preferred vendors for my products, The energy that goes into the making of this is clear when the people purchase it. Skincare that starts to fade your lines within 2 days of use. I mean, can it get any better than that? There is nothing that I can see better than that. And so I'm so excited to be doing more and more sharing of love, more sharing of purposeness, and building up those who care for us. And I encourage you to do the same. As we sit here at the closing of Vibrant Voices, I'd like you again to sit with me as we share some breath together. And I want you to think of something that you want to do today, this weekend, that you want to accomplish, that you've been putting off for a while. Let's bring it into our bodies and just give ourselves permission to think it's possible. For Christine Vibrant, it's going to be contacting some business owners, some local business owners that I'm very shy to speak to. I'm a little nervous because I'm from a different culture in a different country, and I want to be perceived in a certain way. And so when I think of that, there's tension in my midsection. I start to get really nervous and my lower back starts to clench up. So here we go, especially when you've got menopause, and I'm going to make you all smile. I want you to check in with your butthole. I want you to make sure that your sphincter is nice and relaxed. I want you to picture your pet, your cat or your dog or an animal that has a tail. And I want you to think of what their tails do when they're scared. They tuck, right? The tails tuck under when they're afraid. That's what happens when we're afraid. That's why I want you to check your butt. I want you to release, and I want you to think of their tail being happy. And sometimes their tail's up, right? And I want you to bring your breath down. And I want you to visualize doing the thing that you're burning to do. And I want you to visualize it working well as you're breathing in and keeping relaxed. And if you can, and you're in a space to do it, I want you to give your breath voice as you exhale. One more in. Bringing your breath as deep as you can. Exhale. And giving yourself permission to just be everything you're meant to be. And that moment to moment is where you live. That your breath can guide you in any second where you're feeling overwhelmed. Bringing it down your body, down your back, into the tight areas, and releasing with your vibrant voice. I wish you love and vibrancy. And if you have any questions, connect with me on social media, Christine Vibrant. You can email me, hello@beingbettermellc.com. And I wish you love and light. And remember, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for showing up. I'm proud of you for all the work you've done so far. I'm proud of you for being here now with me in this moment. I'm proud of you for facing the truth of everything that you could possibly be. And I'm proud of you for stepping into that discomfort, taking those leaps of faith, doing it with a little bit of fear and shaking, doing it anyway with a smile on your voice, and giving it breath. Let me know how it goes, and I'll see you on the other side of this. Christine Vibrant, signing out.
As this hour of Vibrant Voices comes to a close, we hope you found representation in shared experiences. Authentic expression can feel scary. Trusting your vibrant voice, having an example that resonates with you, exits excuses. We know you are capable of achieving your goals. You can nourish naturally healthy living, and your voice and story matters. Using your vibrant voice will show you the way. Until next time.